Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. It is Tuesday night. For the first time in, I think, like 7 or 8 weeks, I took Monday off. Obviously, national championship. Believe it or not, I enjoy watching football, live television football, as much as anybody else. So when the national championship comes around, Georgia football coverage, if they're not in it, kind of cease to exist. We kind of stop and watch. And last night left me pretty thankful. So that's what we're going to open with tonight before we get into our Gunner Stockton breakdown. Just a genuine thank you that, comes straight from the heart. Everybody knows on this channel, we love football. We adore football. I thought this year it was very, very important that we be thankful for what we actually did have. So here we go. Back in March of 2020, man, our collective worlds kind of stopped, right? Ironically, for most Americans like me, it was Rudy Gobert testing positive for coronavirus that made this thing kind of seem real, right? For the next several months, we lost loved ones, people lost jobs. Holidays were very, very different. But one thing here in the South was for damn sure. We could not lose football. Football is beyond sacred here in America, and 2020 showed me exactly why. It brought us together. It brought us happiness. It brought us so much joy, even if it was us watching Alabama win yet another national title. So as 2020's college football season comes to a close on Monday night, I couldn't help but be thankful, like I said to start. Thankful for the men and women on the medical staffs everywhere across the country in college football that made this possible. Thankful to the coaches that altered their lives to make this happen. But most importantly, last and absolutely most importantly, I'm extremely thankful for the 18 to 23-year-old young men on college football rosters everywhere that did something that this very virus has taught me and taught others that many can't do. Many can't sacrifice selfishness for the betterment of others. And that's exactly what these college football players did, in my opinion. They sacrificed their own lifestyles. They sacrificed their own day-to-day activities, all the way up to dated, almost daily testing, having something shoved up their nose just so we could watch football. And again, the ability to sacrifice selfishness to me is something that this virus has taught me not everybody is capable of. And these young men all across this country were an example of exactly that for 4 or 5 months. So I'm extremely thankful to those young men, and as should you. But without a doubt, let's get not right into the film session. Let's kind of talk about Gunner Stockton just a little bit. Today announced he was decommitting from South Carolina. For those who haven't followed this recruitment, to me, not even a question. Number one quarterback in 2022 in the state of Georgia. I mean, if you rank him up against the 2021 guys, it's him and Brock right there neck and neck, in my opinion. I'm not going to choose one or the other, but I'm going to leave that up to college coaches and college programs. They have to do such a thing. It's not what I get paid to do. I get paid to bring you opinions about each individual athlete, not necessarily rank them. But, extremely talented arm talent-wise. Got one of the strongest arms I've ever seen. You're going to see some stuff tonight that literally on the notes, all I could put down is that's stupid. I put that stupid down probably 4 or 5 times watching the film tonight of throws that you just don't see people make, especially on the high school level, but even beyond that, up until the college ranks and for the most part, sometimes even the pro ranks. This guy has a one-of-a-kind special arm. We do have, his personal quarterback coach, Tony Ballard, watching us tonight. But shout out to Tony. Shout out to Hustle Inc. Excited to watch you guys and cover you guys this year during the 7-on-7 circuit, which I hope is back to normal and back up to full speed. But back to Gunner. Today, kind of announced that he was stepping away from his commitment to South Carolina reasonably, almost expected to have happened. Look, for those who don't know, extremely close to the Bobo family. Mike Bobo, who is now the offensive coordinator at Auburn's dad, actually was one of the people who taught Gunner how to throw the ball, okay? There is a extremely close family tie there. Connor Shaw is about the only tie left on the South Carolina staff that's still there. His brother, J-Bo, actually Gunner's high school football coach up there in Raven County. So with all of the coaching changes going on up there in South Carolina, it was almost expected, not if, but when this announcement was going to come down, and so happened today it came down. So without a doubt, we had to bring the film here because, again, this is some of the most There we go. We're back up. Anyways, so some of the most special, I don't know where I dropped out. I'm just going to kind of start from the middle. Anyways, some of the most special quarterback tape you'll find. I do kind of have, I'll be honest, you guys know I'm honest all the time. I do have questions about the level of competition, but the talent itself is, I mean, it holds weight with just about anybody. We'll get into the dual threat discussions. They are what they are. But you'll see on tape, to me, the most explosive portion of this young man's athletic profile is his arm. It's not his legs. It's not what he does with his legs. It's not his ability to make people miss, even though he can do it. To me, the most impressive thing about this young man is just how powerful the arm is and how many different angles and platforms he can get the job done from with that arm talent. And also, at the end of the show tonight, I'm going to be bringing you a player comparison, which is something I enjoy doing. Some people don't. Watching this guy on tape, I knew who it was about 2 minutes in. It was not very hard for me to identify it. It's a physical frame comparison. It's a style of play comparison. And for the most part, it's an attitude comparison. Don't get it twisted. This young man plays with a ton of attitude and almost a chip on his shoulder, which I don't know about you guys. I prefer my quarterbacks to not just be quarterbacks. I prefer them to be football players. This young man is without a doubt a football player. There is no questions about that. He's one of the best quarterbacks, but he's one of the best football players in the class of 2022. And if you don't know the difference, go talk to anybody who's played. They'll tell you the difference. There's some quarterbacks that just want to be quarterbacks. And there's some quarterbacks that'll get down and dirty with the rest of the football players. And that's exactly what this player is to me. So let's get right into it. Again, you're right off the top. This ball right here, stupid. Makes no sense, okay? What I love about Gunner, okay, he plays high school football. He plays 2A football up there at Raven. He doesn't have to play with the type of eye discipline that he does, yet he chooses to do so anyways. Watch him right here. He's going to stare down the middle of the field knowing damn well he's throwing the seam from the slot right here, this little slot vertical right here, okay? And he's going to fit it into a window that don't make no sense, okay? Right over the top of this linebacker, and it is what we call a scudded missile, okay? Every ball this kid throws has sound effects. You can hear it whizzing. The spin rate is what we talk about as an evaluator. Go watch this kid throw in person like I had the opportunity to do against Prince Avenue this year when he played Brock Vandegrift. The ball sounds different, okay? And very few quarterbacks that you'll go watch throw have this type of arm or velocity coming off their hands and the type of spin rate that this kid has. He's about the only high school kid I've heard have it, okay? There's some college kids that I've watched throw, guys like Malik Willis, the kid up there at Liberty. He's that type of ball thrower. This is that type of ball thrower. The ball just jumps. It sounds different. It whizzes by your head differently. The ball is heavy all the time. It jumps late, all that good stuff. The stuff you want to have a pitcher have in his throw mechanics, this kid has. And I'll tell you what, every time he gets his full body into it like this, man, it's tight as all get out. There's no wobble in it. And it's, like we said, a scudded missile. Okay, so you'll see some things tonight that will just, I mean, you'll have to scratch your head because, again, high school kids shouldn't be able to make some of these throws that we're going to watch tonight. This being one, this is him running. But again, look, here's what I'm going to tell you about this. I'll be 100% honest. I don't see this kid running away from SEC defenders. I don't. If I'm watching him on tape, watching him in person, he is a good high school runner, okay? Borderline great. He is stacked or stuffed the stat sheet in his 3 years as a high school starter. But as you can see right here on tape, high school kids in 2A ball are running him down a little bit, okay? So this isn't a 4.4 runner. This isn't even a 4.5 runner. If I had to put him on a laser tomorrow, I would bet he's anywhere from 4.78 to 4.85 in the 40. That's okay. That's plenty athletic. That's beyond athletic at the quarterback position when you pair it with this type of arm strength. Now, what he is as a runner is extremely powerful. Arm tacklers don't bring him down. But all that to me is when you look at this kid from the waist down. When you look at this dude from the waist down, he is thick. I'm talking about thick, okay? And that's where it comes from. That's where the arm velocity comes from. And that's where, to me, the play strength comes from. He's really powerful and he's really tough as a runner, but he's not as explosive as you would want one of these quote-unquote dual threats to be. I hate the term dual threat. I think it should be thrown away because here's the reality, ladies and gentlemen. Every single young quarterback can run nowadays. If you can't play the position. You might as well go play tight end, okay? Or you might as well go play defense. Or you might as well go do something like that. If you're not a sub-5 runner, you damn sure ain't playing in the NFL, okay, at the quarterback position. That's proven itself over time over the last 4 or 5 drafts, okay? Think about it. Russell Wilson can run. Let's take it out here. Excuse me. Russell Wilson can run. Josh Allen can run. Lamar Jackson can run. Kyler Murray can run. All these young quarterbacks, Pat Mahomes can run. He runs away from NFL defenders all the time. Is he 4.4 flat? Is he Lamar Jackson fast? No, but he's an extremely, extremely good athlete. The days of the Peyton Mannings running 5.1 at the NFL Combine, the days of the Tom Brady's running 5.23 at the NFL Combine, those aren't here anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Those guys had success in the NFL. Some of them are still in the NFL having success. But that doesn't mean that's the new breed. The new breed is guys that can move around. Joe Burrow, really good athlete, okay? That's the evolution of the quarterback position. How about this next class? Trevor Lawrence can really run. Justin Fields can really run. Zach Wilson, really athletic. Trey Lance, one of the best runners available in this NFL draft, right? The only ones in this upcoming NFL draft that we expect to come out that aren't like elusive or above average athletes are, in my opinion, Mac Jones and Kyle Trask. That's it. The rest of them can absolutely move and move in and out of the pocket. That's required nowadays. This kid has it. Is he a 4.4 runner? No. Is he going to run away from SEC defenders? No. Do I want him running the ball 20 times a game like he is in high school now? No. In the SEC level? Absolutely not. Is he going to absolutely light it up with what's attached to his right shoulder? 100%. Okay? It's special, and we're going to continue to show that throughout the night. We're going to 37. This is it right here. Okay, the portion of Gunner's game that I'm really impressed with is this right here, okay? This is one of these types of quarterbacks that unlocks portions of the field that other guys just can't reach. I think he's exceptional in the scrambling aspect of quarterback play, okay? He runs scramble drill with his wide receivers better than most, and he can absolutely throw it a country mile. There's no doubt about that. That's what I'm talking about when I say he unlocks portions of the field that others can't. And when he gets it there, he's going to drop it into a bucket, okay? There's no underthrowing it on purpose to, quote-unquote, give his guy a chance. No. He's going to hit that dude in stride, and it's more than likely going to end up being a touchdown if the wide receiver can stay on his feet, okay? Going to 44. Now, again, a great high school athlete. He can do this kind of stuff. He can spin move. He can do all this stuff. But again, guys, let's just take a look. This is Thomasville High School. This ain't Grayson. Look at these guys, okay? I'm not here to hate on high school football, but if you're going to bring me Brock Vandegrift plays in single A, bring me Gunner Stockton plays in North Georgia 2A too, okay? Bring me those things, because when I watch it on tape, I see this. I see the best player on the field, as is most small schools, the middle linebacker. Outside of that, it's some decent football players. It's still Georgia football, but look at 24. That is a defensive lineman up there at Thomasville High School, okay? Look at 10. That is a defensive end at Thomasville High School. You know who that ain't? That ain't a Grayson defensive end. You know who that ain't? That ain't a Parkview defensive end, okay? So he can do these types of things in high school. Is he going to get away with it in college? It's yet to be determined, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you, most likely not, okay? But it doesn't matter to me. That's not what the evaluation's about. The evaluation to me is about things like, I believe, this right here. This is what the evaluation to me is about. It's about throwing the damn ball out of the screen sometimes, okay? Where the cameraman up in the top in the booth can't quite catch it. He has no idea where the ball's going. It's about throwing the ball from the 45-yard line, okay, off platform, finally getting your feet set after scrambling a little bit in the pocket, and then throwing it from the 45 on the far hash to outside the hash at the top of the numbers on the 5-yard line. That, to me, is what this film is about. It has nothing to do about what he can do with his legs, though it is an added bonus. Again, watch this next play. Same thing. He can reach portions of the field that other people simply cannot. Other human beings cannot make these throws, period. Okay? They just can't. This is what's special. The other stuff is good. This is great. He will immediately walk in day one and make you an explosive offense because he can do stuff like this. This is stupid. Again, Stupid. Now, what is translatable, I'm going to watch this play because I like this. Again, he's constantly moving in and out of the pocket and throwing bombs. That ball's dropped. That ball's slightly underthrown, not dropped. It hits the defender in the back of the head. Boink. Okay? So slightly underthrown, it's okay. But, I mean, again, when this kid gets his full body into a throw, I mean, it's coming 110. Okay? That ball's hummed. That ball's absolutely hummed. Again, when you watch him in person, when you see it, it's just, you know immediately. You know, when you walk up, watch him throw 2 balls, and you're like, it's just different. Kid has something that other people don't, period. But I love the way he gets his full body into everything, okay? There is no shortchanging these things. He is bringing that back leg around. He is getting weight and transferring weight onto his front foot and through his front foot and throwing hellacious seeds. Now, this is the part of the game, okay? This is what he can do that does translate to college to me. The running, quarterback power, quarterback counter. I mean, yeah, you'll be able to run read option. Almost every quarterback in college football nowadays can run read option. But the days of, again, you running the ball 20, 22 times, I would prefer it not to happen, okay? Especially in college, I would prefer it not to happen. But with your legs, his ability to do this stuff with his legs will translate in college, period. His ability to get out of the pocket, avoid the rush, or evade the rush, whatever terminology you want to use, and throw on the move. I'm going to show you some throws to his left that are stupid. I mean, stupid, okay? So his ability to throw off platform, do all this kind of stuff is elite, and it's unique for the most part. .242 is where we're going next, so we got a little bit to skip ahead. What are we watching here? I call this a big boy throw. Again, it's hard to see his eyes. I don't know if you can, but his eyes stay down the midline of the field the entire time. So well-coached kid, period. Okay, period. Well-coached. He retains the information, all that good stuff, and he's disciplined with his eye discipline. He's eye discipline all the time. It's very, very important, even when he doesn't have to be. There's no need for him to do this. He can stare down this read just like every other high school football player in America, okay, all the average ones. He is elite, and he's going to succeed on the next level because he takes the minor details of the position and applies them on Friday night when he doesn't necessarily have to, just like this right here. Eyes down the middle of the field, scans the field, gets to his feet out, hits it in stride on a dot, just like that. And again, I call this a big boy throw. This is a 10-yard speed out from the far hash, and that ball is scudded, okay? That ball's humming the entire time. Now, we've been watching him rip it all night long. I mean, absolutely throw, like I said, hellacious seeds. It's also important to me whether or not you have a touch throw in your arsenal. Can you put a little bit of air on the ball? Can you check it down? Can you throw it into windows? Because guys are going to get into zone on you a little bit in college. They're not going to stay out in man-to-man all the time. They're going to put you in some zones. You're going to have to hit some touch throws. Boom. He's got those too. Okay, this is him as a sophomore, by the way. Forgot to tell you that. He's got some touch throws. But again, this whole entire play is designed. This is the Florida slant wheel, okay? Slant swing route. This is the rub route. This is all of that, okay? This is collisioning the linebacker to get the running back free out in the back, out in the flat. This is it. But again, watch the eye discipline. Watch the body control. Watch him keep his shoulder square down the hash the entire time. Watch him keep his hips square down the hash the entire time. And then guess what? When he's ready to flick it, open right up, boom, dump it out in the flat with a nice touch throw. Wham! Just like that, okay? That is important to me. It's very, very important, okay? Because he's taking what I don't know if it's just him or if his coaches are telling him to do this. Either way, it's impressive to me. It would be a little bit more impressive if he was like, hey, I need to hold everybody with my body positioning right now. I need to keep them down the hash, keep them down the hash, keep them down the hash. Boom. You know who talks about this the most and who executes it the most? Drew Brees. Drew Brees handles linebackers and safeties and holds them with his body positioning, not just his eyes, his shoulders, his hips, his feet, better than any quarterback in NFL history, and that's why he's got every record there is in the NFL. 312, again, uncommon arm strength. These balls leave the screen, guys, and they're dotted. I mean, they're absolutely dotted. You can't drop them into a bucket better than that. You literally can't. And it's from 60 yards, basically. Because you can sit here and count the yardage, right? We can do that all day. It's from the 17-yard line, and he throws it clear across to about the 34, okay? We can count that yardage all day. But what I'm even more impressed with, again, far hash to far sideline. Excuse me, near hash to far sideline. That's insane. Okay? Let's watch this junior tape before I give you some comps. Spinning out. He did this a lot in his junior tape. But again, cameraman, shame on you. This ball floats on him just a tad bit at the end, but I don't care. Look at this, okay? To be able to throw this ball 50 yards, because he does throw it 50 yards. For him to be able to throw it 50 yards off one foot, fading away, falling into the sideline, off one, I mean, just in the air, chunking it, right? Uncommon arm strength. Uncommon. But I got on my notes. To me, I'm not going to say the only explosive portion of this man's game is his arm, but it's the most explosive portion of this man's game attached to his shoulder. Okay? I don't see explosion in the lower half. When we talk about explosion, we're talking about, plus, and maybe he does have, maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe my evaluation's off, but I'm telling you, from seeing him in person and seeing him on tape, this is, again, to me, a 4.8-ish runner with about a 32 to 34-inch vertical. Okay, explosive would be 4.6 or below with a 40-plus inch vertical. I don't see that in this kid, but he's a really, really good athlete. Okay, bordering on great, but who gives a damn when you can throw it like that? Okay, when you can chunk it like that, I don't care. I don't care. As long as you're athletic enough to do stuff like this, which, again, shame on the cameraman, but this is one of them throws to the left that I'm talking about. Okay, he finally got him a really, really good, who I think is a D1 wide receiver his junior year, senior Adriel Clark. Okay, I believe he's top 5 in the state in receptions and yards. Dude's a freak. About 6'4". I think he hung up about $180 on Prince Avenue. Okay, the dude's a baller. Okay, and he's gonna let you know too. But he finally got a wide receiver this year, and a really like our top end wide receiver. He's had good ones. He had a top end wide receiver this year in high school football, and he was throwing balls like this consistently. But again, rolling to the left, getting your feet whipped back around, and just flicking a ball like this right here, uncommon. Uncommon, especially for a kid who's got this kind of frame. Okay, this ain't a 6'5" Trevor Lawrence type of athlete in terms of physical composition. This is a 6'1", 220-pounder. Looks like a high school linebacker, okay, physically. But he can do stuff like this. Again, 68 yards in the air. Look at that. And he knows it. Look at his ball. Doop. Slightly thrown inside, but I mean, damn, how do you expect it not to be, okay? You throw it almost 70 yards in the air, it's probably going to be a little bit inside, okay? It would have been 72 yards in the air had he put it on the outside shoulder closer to the pylon, right? I can't ask for that. Okay, maybe in college, that's what he'll be able to do. But again, it's the theme of tonight, uncommon arm strength. But this throw coming up next is my favorite of both films, okay? Dude takes an absolute lick, okay? He is completely off the ground. No feet planted, period. Tough as nails, the kid is, okay? And look at this ball. Throws it 50 yards to, again, a wide-open Adriel Clark. It's going to be nothing but Adriel Clark moving forward, okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. But, again, that's elite. That's pocket presence, okay? What do we mean by pocket presence? It means not having a fear to step into a football and let it eat with two guys coming down your throat, okay? That's pocket presence. He's got pocket awareness, too. He knows where people are. Not people is. He knows where people are on a consistent basis. But the toughness, to me, stands out on tape consistently. Going to 109 next. So we've shown you the absolute insanity of the arm strength. We've shown you some touch passes. How about some ball placement? Whoop! It's ball placement. Again, this kid's good, man. I got two guys in high school football in the state of Georgia that I don't understand why people aren't all over, and I get it. It's COVID. You got seniors coming at the mid-major level. I understand. But Adriel Clark and Teddy Davenport, I don't understand why FCS schools aren't just knocking down their doors. It makes no sense. This dude, 6'5", about 215, I would say last time I saw him, pretty rocked up, runs good routes, but is elite with the ball in the air, okay? Teddy Davenport, best route runner in the state of Georgia. Bring me somebody else, I don't care. To me, in the 2021 class, Teddy Davenport, best route runner in the state of Georgia, bar none, okay? None of these kids are blown up on the level that they should be. And I think that's a crying shame. A lot of that is 2020 being in that class. But that right there, ball placement. Look at the ball. I believe they're sitting in cover 2. It's the only reason why that corner's in trail. That corner's in trail for a reason. But, hey, let's talk about it again. We talk about eye discipline all night long. Look at him. Look at him, safety left, knowing damn well where he's going with this ball. Holding the safety left, and watch what it does. It opens the hips of the boundary safety, okay? And immediately right now he's cooked, absolutely cooked. He is not ever getting back to this football, not with the velocity in which Gunner throws it with, okay? So, and it did matter on this play, okay? The safety would have gotten there. That turn to flip his hips, those 2 or 3 steps, while his wide receiver is gaining ground and the safety's recovering ground, those few steps are exactly what the difference was on this play right here and the ball placement. Eye discipline, ball placement, arm strength, above average athleticism. You have an elite quarterback. End of story. More eye discipline coming up on 206. I like seeing this stuff, okay? I do. And this one is real minor. It's real subtle at the end of the play. This tells me he's got continuity with his wide receivers, but he also has an innate ability to know where people are or know where they should be without taking a look at them. Watch him. Watch his eyes late, okay? Works all the way back, okay, to the left side of the field for no apparent reason, really. It's only to play with the safety. Look what it does. Him, from the moment he looks left, watch the safety, okay? Watch him and watch him. He's reading eyes the whole time, okay? Looking right, pulling him left. Watch what it does. Pulls the safety left, and then boom, back on, throwing the deep ball. Doop, dropped in a bucket. It's a money throw. It's an absolute money throw. And again, Adriel Clark. 220. I believe it's the play. No, it's the next one coming up. Explosive arm talent to me. Rolling left again and just throwing a bomb. I mean, throwing a bomb to his left while rolling out left. Gets his feet set just in time. I mean, it's an awkward platform, guys. That's not conventional, okay? But you do what you got to do when the ball is snapped, okay? And he's a baller constantly. .252. We're going to show some more clips before we come back to this one. Actually, no, we'll play it. Hey, man, when I say he plays with attitude, he plays with attitude, guys. He plays tough as hell. When I say he's a football player, this is what I'm talking about. Now, this is Bremen. This is 2A, North Carrollton football, North Carroll County football, okay? This ain't exactly Gwinnett County. This ain't Metro Atlanta, all right? We can be honest about that evaluation point. But I like that. I like the helmet popping off, staring at some people, okay? I like physicality. I like my quarterbacks to be football players too. Now, when they get to the NFL, I like them to preserve their body just a little bit more. But in high school, when you're trying to win football games, I like to see this, okay? The great ones do this in high school. The great ones finish every single play as if they are running the ball like a fullback, all right? When you see Brock Vandegrift on the line or on the goal line, he's running like this. When you saw Deshaun Watson in high school scrambling and making plays with his feet, he ran the ball like this. When you saw Trevor Lawrence in high school, the limited times that he ran the football, he finished like this. The great ones do this. I don't care. If I saw him dive or, slide or do anything like that on a goal line rep like this, I would have concerns. I don't. He checks the boxes to me. 3. An absolute bomb. An absolute bomb. Now, it might have been dropped because the film cuts out, but it's a missile, okay? It is an absolute missile. Going to 636 before we come back and show you some things and give you the player comp. Which I'm hoping you guys are kind of smart enough to figure out by now. Guys, this is why I say, hey, 4.8 runner, great high school runner, probably not going to be there in college, okay? He gets ran down a lot more than he doesn't, all right? But that's okay. It's 100% okay. Still an above average plus athlete. But to me, he is a modern quarterback. He is what is required athletically to get it done. Nothing about him, arm strength-wise, is modern. Nothing about him is common, okay? But his running ability, his athleticism, to me, is on par with what is required to be a future NFL-style or NFL-caliber quarterback. You have to be able to make these types of plays with your legs, period. End of story. You have to be able to avoid the rush like we talked about earlier. But you don't exactly have to be Lamar Jackson, okay? But this is required. It has to be done. Has to be done. More physicality on the goal line. Like to see it. We're going to 7:01, which is this play coming up. What do my notes say? My notes say Jesus Christ. That's all they say. And again, this is woo! Look at that. Frame that joker. Put it in the Louvre. Look at that. The cameraman can't even keep up with it. It's a bomb, and it's a touchdown to Adriel Clark. But again, he throws this thing. That's midfield, by the way. That's the 50-yard logo. He's from the 45, and he throws this ball off one leg in the air to the 5-yard line for a touchdown. Bomb. Absolute rocket from the kid right there. You'd be hard-pressed to find high school kids throwing the ball like this. You really will. That, again, he messes with the cameraman. Cameraman, this ball leaves the screen. Completely leaves the screen before the cameraman even realizes what's going on. 7:58 is where we're going next. This play right here. Again, minor details. This is what separates, right? The arm strength's great. The athleticism's plus, like we're talking about. But this right here separates. This is a separating factor when you're evaluating quarterbacks. If you're not looking at these types of things, you're looking at the wrong things, okay? They're running, I believe, a simple hitch right here for number 2, okay? They're running a 8 back to 7 hitch right there, okay? All good, all good. Ball placement's great, and then I'm going to tell you what we're really looking at, what we've been looking at all night. You see how he throws it away from the defender, protects his ball or protects his wide receiver, all that good stuff. But more importantly, again, the ability to throw these timing routes without even looking at where your guy's going. Look, he's looking dead down the middle of the field the entire time. He doesn't even look at him until he sets his feet and is ready to rip this football. He is just now making eye contact or putting his eyes towards the wide receiver. That, on the college level, will leave windows open. You start staring at guys, and I've seen Trevor Lawrence stare him down, okay? You start staring at guys, them windows close really, really quickly. That speed on the next level is totally different, okay? So his ability to do this, his ability to know where guys are, to have the ball placement without looking at them, it's what's going to make him carry it to the next level. It's what's going to make him elite on the next level. This kind of stuff like this. Now, we get into this player comp, and I'm going to show you about 4 plays, and that's all it's going to take, and you're going to know who it is. All right, and they're all from his junior tape right here. Let's go to 412. And before I get into this, I'm going to let you know that this is the way I prefer my quarterbacks, okay? This ain't me hating on them. This ain't nothing. This is the way I prefer them, okay? I prefer guys with attitude. I prefer guys that play with a attitude, right? I prefer that. That's what I want in the huddle. I want a competitor. I want a guy that's going to ball out, okay, and let you know he's balling out. That's the way I played the game. That's the way I want my guys to play the game, okay? I want them to play with some confidence. I want them to play with a chip on their shoulder. I want them to play with some attitude, okay? This play right here, this is on national television. This is on ESPN. He breaks for a 45-yard run, and he ain't going to show it on the tape, but he turns around and backpedals into the end zone, Okay, backpedals, turns around, backpedals into the end zone. Attitude. Okay, some people call it arrogance. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I don't give a damn about arrogance. I care about confidence. Kids got confidence. Okay, you don't see it right there. He cut it off on purpose. But here's my thing, Gunner. If I'm talking to you, son, it was on national television. Okay, you did it on national television. You might as well leave it on the clips. You might as well leave it on the clips. Okay, just go on and leave it. All right. Next play, 428 is where we're going next. Same thing. Same game, national television, biggest game probably up to date in his life. Okay, went on to play, I believe, a semifinal this game. I would probably say that was a bigger game. And in terms of, I mean, look how many people are here. Okay, I was there as well. My boy Tony Bauer was there. The whole world was watching. All right, this play right here, he scores a long touchdown run, gets inside. Now, what he don't show you and cuts the tape off, he got a personal foul. For I don't know if it's taunting. I believe it's unsportsmanlike conduct because he spiked the damn ball so hard after he scored a touchdown that it about bounced out of the stadium, okay? I thought he threw the ball out of the stadium, but from here, I thought he chunked it when I first watched it, and then I was told, nah, he just threw it down and it bounced that far, okay? Spiked it. Can't do that in high school. They'll throw you for the 15 yards. I don't care. Attitude. I'm here with it. I like attitude, okay? 5-15. Let's go to the next one. This, even more attitude. He scores on a 50-yard touchdown run right here, and I'm pretty sure at the end, he don't give him the Tyreek Hill deuces, but he gives him the Dwayne The Rock Johnson. The come on, baby, watch him. Come on, baby. He gives it to him, okay? Some people don't like this, okay? It rubs the boomers the wrong way. I'm here for this. I'm okay with this. I prefer this. This is the type of guy that I'm going to ride with. I'm going to die for, okay? Because he's having a blast. He's having a good time. And what I like best about the kid is, you know, I've had the opportunity to meet him a couple of times. He ain't like this when the cameras are, when the lights aren't on, when the helmet's not on his head, okay? My stepdad used to say all the time, good football players have the ability to find a switch, to flip a switch. This kid flips a switch when he plays football. Okay, he goes from, you know, buttoned up, perfect, yes, sir, no, sir, manners type kid to next thing you know, he's the baddest mofo walking the planet, and he knows it, okay? That to me is important, okay? I don't want this. I'm not going to say this, DJ, because if you watched Tate Martell on camera, if you watched him in person, if you watched how he dealt with his teammates, total prick. This kid is not one, okay? Not one. This kid's teammates love him. They die for him. They ride with him. It's a totally different situation, okay? This kid is who I'm telling you he is in this player comp. This guy I'm going to compare him to, his dudes rock with him. His dudes want to play their backside off for him because of the attitude in which he plays the game of football with. And with that, I'm going to go on and tell you who the player comparison is. You ready? Here's the deal. He's 6'1", 220 pounds. The film to me says he's a 4'8"-ish type of 40 runner, explosive arm talent, elite competitor with an attitude. We just showed you what I call the attitude clips. Those were the attitude clips, okay? What's that sound like? To me, that sounds like a Heisman Trophy winner that stuck a flag in the middle of the shoe up there in Ohio State. That sounds like a Heisman winner that I remember on national television grabbing his manhood and kind of talking some trash across the field against Kansas, of all people, because they failed to shake his hand in the pregame warm-up. Attitude. I remember a 6'1", 250-pound Heisman winner that ran a 4.8 at the NFL Combine. It's Baker Mayfield, folks. That's what you just watched, okay? And if you don't believe me, I'm going to bring you the tape. But again, that's to me. Go do some testimonials with Baker Mayfield's players, his teammates, and go see who they rock with, okay? Who they rock with is number 6. They love that dude to death. They like playing with him and for him, for that matter, okay? For the record, quarterbacks are the face of your program. How your quarterback plays, how your quarterback carries himself, that's exactly how you're going to do it. Now, I just showed you 40 minutes of Gunner Stockton tape, and I'm going to show you about 4 or 5, maybe 10 clips of Baker. Okay, it doesn't look like he's a great athlete right here. That's because he's playing against NFL dudes. All right. The frame's identical. The athleticism to me is identical. If you watch Baker play, he is a good athlete. To the average man, to the layman man, he is a great athlete. But he's not known as this, runner or quote unquote dual threat quarterback. But he's a great athlete, guys. He can avoid the rush in the NFL. He can make edge rushers like 49 or 48 right here miss. Whoop! That is great. Just like that spin play we showed you. Same thing. Whoop! And for the record, you know who has the longest pass in terms of air yards in the NFL this year? Baker Mayfield. He chunked it 68 yards for Cleveland this year. On one, it was an incomplete pass, but it was a Hail Mary throw 68 yards. We just watched a high school kid throw 68 yards. Okay? How about I don't care if the pressure's coming in my face, I'm going to deliver a strike. Boom. Okay? We got it on the audio. I didn't mean to have it on the audio. Look at the easy arm talent from Baker. Every ball he throws, again, scuds. You can spin it now. All right? Got special arm talent out of a 6'1" frame. Same thing. Look at this one. Look at this ball. This dude's tough as hell, man. Just like the guy we just showed you. Tough as hell. All right? I'm signing up for all of this. Signing up for all of this. That's basically the clip we started with tonight. That seam shot. Now, this is a bang 8 right here from Baker. But that's the same ball. Basically thrown into double, not necessarily double coverage, but tight coverage. Ball thrown directly over the head of the defender in perfect placement and absolutely freaking ripped. That ball's thrown 110 miles an hour. Everything he's got. Look at him put his body into everything he's got in this ball. Whoop! Same. It's not the same mechanics lower half-wise, but it's the same style and the same ability to me. I mean, that ball right there. That's it. Dropping it into a bucket. Far hash, left hash. Dropping it into a bucket. There's one more play I want to show you here where, I mean, he is doing the same thing in terms of getting lit up from a defender and throwing an absolute seed. Oh, how about the athleticism, right? Oh, that's a knock on him comparing to Baker Mayfield. No. Look at Baker. Baker out on the run. Okay? To his right. One of the best things Baker does is throw his strength to his left as well. Just like Gunner. Dropping it into a bucket. I like it. I think this is the shot play. Nope. He's just throwing seeds. Hellacious seeds. All the time. Hellacious seeds. This is rookie Baker too. And there's the touch throw. Right there. There's the touch throw. We just showed you. Same concept. Look. It's an NFL concept. Just give him a chip. Run the wheel on him. Okay? NFL concept. Throw it with some touch. Now the difference is, let's see if Baker holds. Let's see if Baker. Nope. Baker's eyes left the whole way. Maybe Gunner's just even a little bit more advanced right now. The NFL game is playing a lot faster, so you can't just be not looking at people. But let the play design beat him. Again, the ability to throw on the run and throw dimes. Just avoid NFL pass rushers enough. I think that's what Gunner's going to do. I think he does have a really solid chance to get to the NFL because, again, he has elite arm talent. That ball shouldn't have been thrown, first of all. But that's trusting your arm right there. I'm trying to find this shot play. He gets lit up and throws a dart. Look, all of this is Baker, avoiding the rush, which, I think Gunner's going to be able to do. Now, does that mean he's going to be rushing for 800 yards his freshman year of college? Absolutely not. All scrambles. All scrambles. That's special arm talent, like we just showed you, right? Special arm talent. Boom. Dropped it. I'm trying to find this shot of, or this throw of him taking a shot because it looks identical. Now, this is the thing about Baker that Gunner doesn't do. All the funky stuff with his lower half. His ankle completely turns out, turns in, or whatever. I don't see that in Gunner's game. I don't know why he does it. It's just another way to produce momentum or produce power, I guess. Oh, there's the run to the left. Look at it. Boom. Throwing bombs. Throwing bombs. Moving to the left. Watch how quickly he gets his feet put in the ground. Boom. Right? Look at that. Wham. Get his feet in the ground. Chop. And then yank it. Right? Pull that chain on that ball. Let it rip. All right. I've watched enough. I think you have too. Again, people want to use this dual threat term. It's gone. It's out of here. Okay? The only real dual threat in this world nowadays, I believe, is Lamar. Okay? The rest of them are 4.7 and above runners. Guess what? That's required in the NFL nowadays. It is a box you have to check if you're going to play. Okay? And it's slowly moving down into the college ranks as well in the SEC. Look at all the quarterbacks in the SEC that are having success. They're all mobile. They can all move except for JT Daniels. But he's got a whole different level. But even he can move in and out of the pocket, right? You saw against Mississippi State the ball to George Pickens. He can make people miss. You saw all game against Cincinnati. He has no fear running in and out of the pocket, okay? It's required nowadays. You have to be able to do it. I think that term dual threat is outdated. Okay, one of the very first dual threats, and I believe you can still look this up because they haven't changed it because I haven't talked about it enough. Pretty sure Aaron Murray was listed as a dual threat out of high school, I believe. Okay, why? Because he was 5'11" and he can move a little bit. Dual threat. No. Mobile. That's it. Mobile. And it is a requirement nowadays. You cannot stand in the pocket and be a statue that is dead. It's gone. Never to be seen again. It's not coming back. Okay? That's our film study night. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Join the Patreon account, patreon.com/Brooks Austin. Link is in the bio wherever you found me. If you're on Twitter, it's in my Twitter bio as well. Before you leave over on YouTube, please give this a thumbs up. Subscribe if you will. Hit that notifications as well so you know when we got things coming out. Appreciate you guys. We will see you probably tomorrow. Don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go. I won't see the public tomorrow. It'll be just Patreon the rest of the week. I brought this one publicly because it was a public kind of thing. It's the biggest news story right now in recruiting to me. The top available quarterback. I know the Sam Ewers kid's good. Ewers kid. I'm a Southeast guy. This dude balls. Okay, to me, he's going to be right up there with the other kid, Sam. So it's a different level in terms of arm strength and arm talent. The rest of the week we will be on Patreon only. You'll get about, I'd say, 10 to 15 minutes on YouTube. The rest of it will be strictly for my guys and gals over there on the Patreon account. So if you want to see those, if you want to see the full in-depth stuff, go check that stuff out. Patreon.com/Brooks Austin. With that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one.